All right, in this lesson, we're going to talk about Chapter 1, Lesson 1, and the title of this is Scarcity and the Science of Economics. Scarcity is the basic problem that you have in economics, and it's defined as a fundamental economic problem facing all societies, resulting from a combination of scarce resources and people's virtually unlimited wants and needs. Us as society, we just continue to want more than we could get, and even when we have things, we want more and more until the point where there's nothing else for us to have. So during this lesson, what we're going to talk about, information-wise, you're going to know about societies, and they do not have enough productive resources to satisfy everyone's wants and needs, so they have to make choices about what, how, and for whom to produce. Those are the three main questions that you're going to have. It's also we're going to talk about the value of a good or service and its dependence on scarcity and utility. Utility is another vocabulary word that we're going to look at. You're going to be able to explain why all societies face the problems of scarcity, categorize various types of goods and services, identify the three basic choices that are faced by societies, and summarize the 4 reasons why people study economics. So for my example from the beginning, and talking about scarcity and that main problem before we get into our book work, I want you to look at Johnny. Johnny, for instance, he's a nice guy. Johnny happens to be homeless. So, he might have food and he's able to survive and live a decent life, but all he's striving for is to have a home. So Johnny, even though he's homeless, he has a cardboard box. He lives in it. Obviously nobody wants to be in that situation. It's a very sad situation. But he's always wanting more. So Johnny might wish that he had a smaller, quaint house. So Johnny has he's jealous of Sue, who has a quaint little house. And Sue has running water, electricity, things that Johnny doesn't have. So she takes it for granted because she still wants more than what Johnny has. If she was in Johnny's situation, she would be very upset and would want to have a roof over her head. But Sue, even though she has those basic things, those basic roof over her head, a bed to lay in, she wants to have a nicer house, a middle-class house like Ed has. So even though she has all those different things that Johnny doesn't have, she wants more. Where Ed could be happy with the house that he has, he always is dreaming of something bigger and better as well. So he's looking at a house like Will has. All right. So Ed has a beautiful house, but obviously he wants it to be nicer like Ed's house. So Ed has a nice garage, a beautiful suburban class house, and things that he could want. But of course, he wants more as well. So Ed's dreaming about the house that Jeff has. And Jeff has this beautiful mansion with a pool, and it's everything Ed ever wanted. But Jeff has it, and Jeff wants more than that. So Jeff wants this gigantic mansion, and still goes on forever and ever. So again, the purpose of this is to understand that no matter what we have, we always want more. No matter how good we have it, we want to have better. But eventually we're going to run out of things, and that's what the problem of scarcity is. It will become more clear as we talk about items and objects, but this is the main purpose of understanding that no matter where we are, we still want more things to have. Scarcity, again, is the fundamental problem facing all societies, resulting from a combination of scarce resources and people's virtually unlimited needs and wants. So what is a resource that you've noticed is less abundant than in previous years? How has this change affected your family and the use of resources? I want you to think about everyday life. What are things that you used to have or have easier access to that doesn't exist anymore? What are things that prices have perhaps stopped you from buying? Maybe still buying, but not as much as you have in the past. So we're going to use that as our guiding instruction for today's activity. So please think about that question before we start.